Okay, now today's episode we have this. Oh dear God. Get to know Joe. This is actually a compilation of 4 episodes taken from a two VHS tapes called Meet Joe and It's Joe Time, of all things. So yeah, the episode starts up pretty normal. It's called Joe's First Day, aka Joe and Tell, where Steve is trying to think of what he should show for Joe and Tell. For show and tell, but he can't decide. So then he gets a call from his brother Joe, who has never appeared at all on the show before then, and has never been mentioned before. So yeah, he's gonna bring a big surprise for show and tell. So they play Blue's Clues to figure out what it is. I mean, Joe doesn't really do that much in this episode. He only appears at the end of the episode. All they do is just try to figure out what he was trying to bring. So yeah. And it was his duck, Boris. Yeah, there's the duck Boris, and there's an anteater named Horace. Of all things. Also, he has a kazoo. For some odd reason. I didn't know Joe likes to kazoo. But it's a good thing I have some shoe stickers. So yeah, that's one of the lines from the episode. Next up is Joe gets a clue. Oh yes. So yeah, Blue has a special present for Joe, but Blue can't really tell him what it is, so they play a game of Blue's Clues. By the way, did I show you the disc? The disc looks like Joe's blue shirt. But yeah, it's not really. So yeah. Also, he wears his orange and yellow shirts on the front cover of this DVD and the 2 VHS tapes. But yeah. So yeah, they play Blue's Clues. Joe gets to play Blue's Clues for the first time. I saw this early pilot thing, I don't know, in a behind the scenes 10-year anniversary special. They were talking about, they showed old footage of a test pilot for Joe practically, and he looked so weird. He had much longer hair. That was kind of weird, but yeah. Yeah, apparently. So yeah, I like how the second and third clues are found so quickly. So yeah. But yeah, apparently. So yeah, obviously Blue wants to give Joe a notebook. I like Joe's notebook actually. It's shaped like the thinking chair, and it's actually pretty cool. I probably haven't talked about other notebooks, but my favorite Steve notebook is actually the birthday notebook. That one was so awesome. My favorite Joe notebook, we'll talk about that another day. Oh geez, Steve goes to college. This is one of the saddest episodes of most TV shows ever, and this is one of my favorites. For some odd reason, I like sad episodes of TV shows. So yeah. So Steve's going away to college, and Joe takes his place, so yeah. I don't know, it's just... Also, in the Joe episodes, we have him singing a song called We Sat On Down, which was actually sung in the Treasure Hunt episode, when they figure out Blue's Clues. Seems kind of random that they would sing it all of a sudden, but yeah, this episode's so sad. Yeah, I remember when he got onto the bus and went to college. That was so sad, though. I cried. So yeah. I mean, the show still went on. Now we're on to season 4. Or wait, season 5. This is what's most likely the first episode filmed for this season, so I'm going to talk about this one first. The Big Book About Us. Why? Because Joe still has the same haircut from the Joe Scrapbook trilogy. Yeah, when they aired these 3 episodes, they aired it in a special called Joe's Scrapbook, where it shows him moving into the house. So yeah. So this was most likely one of the first ones filmed. I heard actually the last episode filmed with Steve in it was Blue School. I mean, was it filmed before the Steve Goes to College episode or after? That just seems so random. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, they're making a big book about them, obviously. Kind of reminds me of the season 6 Barney episode, You Are Special, where they're making up, like, all these different kinds of books about themselves. So yeah, apparently. I like Joe's square shirt. It looks pretty cool, actually. Steve's striped shirt, the green striped shirt, seems so generic in my opinion. Just saying. Okay. Next up is, what's it called? I'm So Happy. This was another one of the first episodes filmed for the season. So yeah, apparently. They're thinking of all the different kinds of things that make them happy. And apparently the So Long song is not sung in this episode. Of all things. Instead they sing a song called I'm So Happy. Why don't they sing the So Long song? I don't know. That just ruined my life. I don't know. It was just such a weird episode, though. Yeah, but it was an interesting episode. Also, I noticed this spot where they blew Skidoo. It's in the same spot in the living room where they blew Skidoo into different things, like, all the time. In both Steve and Joe episodes, they blew Skidoo into something that's in that same spot practically all the time. I remember seeing this episode a long time ago. I remember the part where Blue put paw print on the camera. So basically, I was the third clue. 3, pick number 3, my lord. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah. Okay, next up is Can You Help Us? Yeah. So yeah, this was the first solo Joe episode to air on TV. And there was actually like a promo. They made some promotion stuff into the episode. Actually. Like on the day that the Joe Scrapbook special aired, they showed like a promo for this and another certain episode that we'll talk about later. So yeah, Blue needs help with something. It's telling the story of Little Red Riding Hood, and yeah, I actually really enjoyed this episode. It was really nice, and it was more of a simple episode practically. So yeah. Snack chart. Oh dear God, I haven't seen this one in a while though. But in this one, they're making a snack chart. See how many people want a certain snack at snack time. Yeah, snack time. Remember when I talked about that? All the different times. Yeah. But yeah. Also, apparently Blue's favorite snack is chocolate milk, which is absolute bullcrap because dogs can't eat chocolate because they're allergic to it. And yeah, apparently. So this episode's a big lie. I think it still airs in reruns, actually. I think I might have a copy of it on my DVR. Next up is Colors Everywhere, which is on this DVD called Shapes and Colors. Wow, such an original title. That's so stupid. I don't know. So yeah, they're painting like some weird portrait of pals, practically. And they're trying to think of like who they forgot to put on there. So they think it's like Green Puppy. So yeah. I love this episode because Joe like changes his shirt multiple times in this episode. In every episode he wears a different colored shirt. I thought that was cool. Very rarely though he ever wears the red and yellow shirts. Only sometimes does he wear those. I don't know why, but it just seems so weird though. What about when he was pretending to be Little Red Riding Hood and Can You Help? Shouldn't he have worn the red shirt in that one? I mean, it's Little Red Riding Hood. But it's not Little Yellow Riding Hood, but yeah. What did they even skidoo into? I mean, they skidoo into like this, like, book of colors, and they learned so much stuff about mixing colors. I mean, there's a Barney song about that, but they talk about so much. Like talking about colors like marigold and magenta. That was, like, so freaky, though. By the way, in the UK version of the series, they actually did both Steve and Joe episodes, and the guy Kevin actually did play both Steve and Joe. Some Joe episodes, however, he wears a different colored shirt than in the original episode, and sometimes he wears the Steve shirt, and I think sometimes he actually has Steve's notebook. But yeah. Okay, so what's the next episode? I had a freaky dream last night. Well, it wasn't last night, it was this morning on the couch. Yeah. It was, like, an interesting dream, but I am planning on redoing my dreams video sometime soon. Next up is Playing Store. This is an episode I don't really hear people talk about that much. I mean, they're pretending to have, like, a lot of different stores in the house and stuff. Kind of reminds me of the math episode when Steve and Blue had to, like, buy a few things. But I don't know. This episode's just so weird. I think this is the episode where there's, like, this, like, shop where they have to, like, balance, like, the weight on something. I think it was this episode or like, a different episode with Steve in it. I don't know. But this episode is just so weird, though. Patience. This is one of the first episodes I saw with the Mail Time song at the end of the episode, and it was just so weird, though. Like, I was so scared by it. But, yeah, they're waiting for, like, an egg to hatch. So, yeah, while they're waiting, they do different kinds of things, like set up a birdhouse or something. And, I don't know, this episode is so weird. Like, when they were, like, in this, like, weird board game, and they were, like, waiting to get the end of the line. That was just so weird. But interesting, I guess. Oh, geez, the 100th episode celebration. There's so much to promote this. It was promoted even, like, during the Joe Scrapbook, TV special. It literally was. It wasn't even the 100th episode, though. According to this list, it was, like, episode 101. And it's not even the 100th episode filmed. This video actually shows clips from a lot of different episodes that were never aired on TV at the time. And because of that, some of these clips look so much different. Like, this one clip of Joe singing about his birthday is sung in front of, like, the gingerbread boy's house, which has not happened in the original episode. One clip, actually, is from the Joe Gets a Clue episode. It's basically the same clip, except he's on, like, this boat dock thing, and Steve and Blue are not there. It's kind of weird. But, yeah. Also, Steve visits in this episode. He makes a guest appearance, of course. So, yeah. I mean, it's a better 100th episode than the Barney one. All it is just old King Cole visiting the treehouse and just having a party, that's all. It's really nothing special. I mean, this version of Wave the Flags I don't really like, so just stop. Oh crap, I think my sister just killed a bug. Okay, next up is Joe's surprise party. So yeah, it's Joe's birthday, and they're playing a game of Blue's Clues to, like, figure out what they should, like, do for his present. And apparently they had to wrap up the present. They apparently did not know that at all. Also, Joe doesn't play Blue's Clues. All the others do. But yeah, it's just so weird. And they all sing the Blue's Clues theme song. And they sing the Have a Happy Birthday, You. They sing that song in this episode. Of all things. That was, like, the best song ever. I saw a YouTube poop where, like, the letter from their friends was, like, a music video by Steve Burns, the original host of Blue's Clues. It was a weird song.